NewJeans are coming back to ADOR. It's pretty much official. Breaking: NewJeans' Heron and Hatin confirmed to return to ADOR, plus Minji, Hani, and Danielle announced decision to return. Now, if the first article that was released was that Heron and Hatin were going to return to ADOR to continue activities throughout the contract. So let's read the original article first. Two NewJeans members will be continuing the activities with ADOR. On November 12th, ADOR released the following statement. This is a statement from ADOR. NewJeans members Heron and Hatin have expressed their intent to continue their activities with ADOR. After careful consideration and thorough discussions with their families, the two members have decided to respect the court's ruling and uphold their exclusive contracts. ADOR will do our utmost so that Heron and Hatin can continue their entertainment activities smoothly. We ask for fans' warm support and urge everyone to refrain from making unfounded speculations about the members. Thank you. And this is just about past context about how NewJeans held a press conference almost a year ago, and then they filed a lawsuit, and there was a whole court case, and then NewJeans tried to become NJZ back in February, and then but then they were no longer allowed to do independent activity from March. And when they mean by independent activity, as an activity that is not approved by ADOR, because NewJeans are still technically contractually obligated to ADOR, and they must need their company's approval to do such work. And there was a court case ruling that NewJeans contracts are still valid, and that happened last week. And what also happened last week? What was it? Yes, Minhee Jin made her own agency, and everyone thought, oh, NewJeans is just gonna go to that agency, but no, Heron and Hatin they went back to ADOR. And like when I first saw this, there's so many things went through my head. But let's read the updated version of this article, updated November 12th, 8:15, and Korean Standard Time. Right now, here in Melbourne, it is it's pretty much 11:30 p.m. And I saw this, like when I saw that Heron and Hatin are coming back, I was like, okay, this is insane. I'll read the article tomorrow morning and just release a video tomorrow night, right? And then I saw the three other members, Minji, Hani, and Danielle. They released a statement. I was like, okay, I should go to bed, but I got to make a video about this now, because otherwise people will keep asking me about it, and I know I'm going to make the video anyway, so might as well do it now. So the other three members of NewJeans have also announced their decision to return to ADOR following the official statement from ADOR. Minji, Hani, and Danielle released a statement. Hello, this is Minji, Hani, and Danielle. Recently, we decided on our return to ADOR after careful discussion. This was relayed late as one of the members currently in Antarctica. In Antarctica? Am I missing something? Like, I will admit I'm out of the NewJeans loop. I don't know what the members are Antarctica? What's happening in Antarctica? I'm guessing it's Hani, because she's closest to Antarctica. Because, you know, here in Melbourne, it's like the distance from Melbourne to Antarctica, it's shorter than from Melbourne to Darwin, and Darwin's in the same country as us. But okay, one of the members is in Antarctica, okay. But as ADOR is not responding at the moment, we are inevitably announcing this through a separate statement. We will continue greeting you with sincere music and performances. Thank you. In response to the report, ADOR briefly commented, we are checking on the truth of Minji, Hani, and Danielle's intent to return. So yeah, so many thoughts went through my head with this article. So when I saw that Heron and Hatin were going to come back to ADOR, I personally was not surprised at all. I pretty much expected it, if I'm being completely honest, because they are the two youngest members, right? And I believe Heron, although she pretty much just became an adult in South Korea, I'm pretty sure her parents are still heavily involved in her work, and they would still need her parents' permission to do work, especially at their scale. And Hatin, obviously, still very much a minor. She obviously still needs her parents' consent and to do such activities. So I wasn't surprised with that. So for like, their families would be heavily involved, and their families would be like, okay, listen, you're contractually obligated. We can't get through this legally. You're going to have to do this. And honestly, this is somehow best case scenario for them somehow. Okay, and then whereas with Minji, also like yeah, Heron and Hein, they were the two most quiet about it. They said the least about it. Whenever there was like a press conference or a statement, Heron and Hein either said one line or nothing at all. And Heron just looked so upset during these court cases and conferences, and it was just very upsetting, especially since she was such a young girl with such high potential and such a bright future, and this was all happening. Yeah, it was quite insane. But yeah, with Minji, Hani, and Danielle, like they've done the most throughout this whole case. Like Hani, she did this whole assembly thing. Minji was also very vocal about it and very much supported Min Hee Jin, and then Danielle, I think she did the most work outside, because I remember she went to this event where she had like a British Prime Minister bob cut, which was very interesting, and she was just out and about, going everywhere, and people saw her. She even did an Instagram live on her sister's Instagram for her birthday, which was very interesting. So yeah, so there's so many ways this can go through. Like, but one thought that's coming through my head is that, like, they said that they do not feel comfortable working in the HYBE building, and like ADOR is still in HYBE, so they still have to go to the HYBE building to work, right? They still have to go there, and like they said, they feel anxious, depressed, and worried and scared, and like, so would they still be able to? Because unless there's a whole new HYBE building that they can go to, then maybe. But if they feel such ways, then how can they work in those conditions? But, you know, who knows, that might be true, because we have to address the elephant in the room. With what they provided in court, there was still no solid evidence. That's why the contracts were still seen as valid. That's why they did not win the case in their favor, because with what they said, we still don't know whether it's true. We still don't know whether it's lies as well, though. So it was a whole big situation. So it's difficult to say. So we don't know how they're going to work through it. But I don't know. It's going to be a pretty difficult situation. But I know HYBE wasn't going to easily just let them go and be like, okay, go on, go off then. But because like NewJeans, even though due to this huge hiatus court case type of thing, they're still a huge asset for HYBE. They make bank for HYBE, and that is no exaggeration. That is the truth. And like HYBE weren't gonna let them go. ADOR weren't gonna let them go. I'm not surprised. I'm pretty sure HYBE are very happy right now. I'm pretty sure that they're happy they were able to make an agreement, make a discussion. But it also seemed like that Minji, Hani, and Danielle, they didn't tell ADOR that, oh, like, okay, yeah, we're going to come back. If it was like, okay, yeah, we're just going to announce that we're going to come back, but they didn't tell directly towards ADOR. So I feel like the relationship between specifically those three and ADOR is still on the ropes. It's still not the best. And yeah, honestly, not surprised. And also a big question is, what is Min Hee Jin going to do? Because she made a whole new agency, and like her relationship with HYBE, who knows what that is like. If NewJeans' relationship with HYBE and ADOR is like this, what is the relationship like with the CEO who pretty much started all this and all that? And like what most people were curious about, what will happen when NewJeans come back to the building. Will they still be able to interact with Islet, interact with Les Seraphim? Because Islet and Les Seraphim, they were the two most targeted, especially Islet, when it comes to the plagiarism or like taking the casting a shadow on NewJeans or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like NewJeans, the Seraphim, Islet, they're all great girl groups. They're all part of the same company. Just have those girl groups as like front and center for like girl groups in general. Like it will do well. Just do that. Yeah, but I don't know how this is gonna go. Like we're almost in the second half of November, right? So I don't expect NewJeans to release a Christmas album single anything like that anytime soon. I'm pretty sure for the rest of the year, it's just going to be very much stern discussions, what they're going to do, what's going to happen. A bit of a hit on the hand and be like, okay, don't do that anymore, all right? You're under contract. You must follow what we do, what we say and all that. And it's like, okay, what's going to happen? But, okay, it's just relieving that it's pretty much done, all right? Like, I just hope NewJeans are now in an environment that they're okay and that they're happy in, and that they can work well with others, whether it's with producers, staff, or other idols. Because, like, the truth is, we don't know what NewJeans are truly like. We don't know what any K-pop idol are truly like. We don't personally know them, so we don't know how it will be. But when they release music, it's going to be a hit. It's going to chart. People are yearning for NewJeans music. Everyone will just stream it right away and will be in love with it. That is no doubt. Like, the popularity will maintain. However, the reputation is already down, and it'll probably stay like that. Like, because no matter how good of a song NewJeans will release, no matter how good a comeback NewJeans has, no matter how well they do, how many awards they win, they'll still be known as that group that tried to leave the company, that tried to betray the company, that tried to put a bad image on that company and their fellow groups. And that is going to tarnish the whole career. But all we have is time to tell to see what this whole situation will unfold and how it will go. And we're just going to all sit, watch, and see what will be the future for NewJeans.